Let's take a look at our second question here. We want to divide these complex numbers. So I got 4 minus 3i over 7 plus I. Okay, when we're dividing complex numbers, what we need to do is we need to multiply the top and bottom by the conjugate of the bottom. Now, conjugate means the first part and the second part are the same. So we have a 7 here, we have an I here. But the sign in the middle changes. This is a positive, so this becomes a negative. And whatever you multiply by the bottom, you have to multiply by the top. So you have to multiply the top part by 7 minus I also. So then we got 4 minus 3i times 7 minus I over 7 plus I times 7 minus I. Well, up on top, 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times negative I is negative 4i. Negative 3i times 7 is negative 21i. Negative 3i times negative I gives us a positive 3i squared. Nice part about conjugates is all you have to do is multiply your first parts together and the last parts. 7 times 7 is 49. I times negative I gives us negative I squared. Well, up on top, negative 4i, negative 21i gives us negative 25i. And if you recall, I squared is equal to negative 1. So we're going to rewrite the I squared as negative 1. Now our goal is to get this in standard form. If you remember what standard form is, that's a plus bi. No I squareds, no i's in the denominator, so forth. So down below here, we got 49 minus, and again I'm going to replace the I squared with a negative 1. So up on top, we got 28. Why did I write 78? Okay, let me try it again. 28 minus 25i. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3. And down below, the negative negative becomes a positive, so it becomes 49 plus 1. Now back up on top, 28 minus 3 is 25, minus 25i. Down below, 49 plus 1 is 50. Now standard form requires us to have the real part separate from the imaginary part. So put the 25 over the 50, minus, and then 25 over the 50 with an I to the side. So I split them up. Put the real part over the denominator and put the imaginary part over the denominator. Now these simplify. 25 and 50 both divisible by 25. So that gives us 1 half minus 1 half I. Now let's take a look plugging these in our calculator. And the key is if you ever have more than a single number or a single variable on top or bottom of your fraction, you have to put parentheses around it. So put parentheses on top, put parentheses around the bottom when I'm plugging in my calculator. So let's see. I'm going to press do a second mode to get out of graph mode, if you're in the graph mode. Then I do beginning parentheses and 4 minus 3i. So 4 minus 3, and then second decimal is how you get the I. Close parentheses divided by beginning parentheses 7 plus I. 7 plus, and again, second decimal gives you the I. And then close parentheses and then enter. Now in your calculator, whenever you get decimals, you can always change decimals to fractions by doing math, enter, enter. So I'll press math, enter, enter. And we get our 1 half minus 1 half I, which is our answer.